At the same time, Zuma's supporters and some MK veterans have been gathered outside his Nkandla home, vowing to lay their lives on the line to prevent his arrest. eNCA's Dasen Thathiah is in Nkandla and joins us now from just outside the Kwatakwadunuse homestead in Nkandla. Dasen, what's the scene there today? We had groupings of people over the last few days who are saying they are there to stand in solidarity with the former president, Jacob Zuma, and to ensure that nothing happens to him by way of any attempt to arrest him for contempt of court. What's the scene today?
Well, Tulas, it started off quite quietly this morning, and you know, you're right about that commitment by the supporters of the former president. They did say that they will lay their lives down to ensure that no harm comes to him, and certainly to ensure that he's not arrested. But just a short while ago, there was some activity here at the entrance to the homestead. We saw a convoy of luxury vehicles. There was also representatives from the National Freedom Party that had come here. Although they didn't tell us what's on the agenda, they did say that they wanted to meet with the former president. But I'm hoping that we can get a few more details now. I have with me Edward Zuma, the former president's son. Mr. Zuma, thank you for joining me. And I think I'll start with what I was just chatting to Tulas about all of the activity that we've been seeing. I saw some vehicles here with the Mpumalanga number plates heading inside. Is there a meeting underway?
Yeah, in fact, there are ongoing meetings of people that come to, declare their support to the former president, and he appreciates the support he's been getting.
I know that we did try to ask, for example, the NFP as well, what was on the agenda specifically, because surely, especially if people want to give their support, they could do so telephonically. Is there anything else to these meetings that will be on the table?
Well, they would know, the NFP guys, they would know what they want to say to the former president. But most people, as I just said earlier on, they are here to declare their support. We do not have details as to what exactly is that they are going to be discussing about, but I'm sure they'll be out in no time, and you'll be able to engage with them.
We saw the lengthy statement put out by your father, and he was very clear in his position and maintaining that he will not appear before the commission. He also did make some very pointed remarks towards the Deputy Chief Justice. But beyond the statement, what is the mood inside your home today?
No, our mood has not changed. It's been one at the same level. We're very clear that the former president is not going to appear in any commission, specifically the Zondo commission, and whatever decisions law enforcement agencies take, we will cross that bridge when we're there. And ours is to say, if ever they would want to arrest, incarcerate, or imprison the former president, well, we are waiting for them, and we'll definitely give them a tough time in executing their duties if ever they take that particular decision.
In practical terms, what does that mean? So for argument's sake, if he was faced with that imminent arrest and there were law enforcement officials, what would that mean for yourselves as the family as well as the supporters that are outside?
We will make it very difficult for them to enforce whatever decision. We'll make it very, very difficult. Yes.
Are there any other guests that your father will be expecting over the next few days?
There are many people that we're expecting, specifically from the ANC, other friends and comrades. There's quite a number of them. Will be having a very busy day.
Okay, so I'm hoping that we'll also get an invitation for some tea soon.
Definitely, you will be getting. You can get an invitation for tea. It's not a problem.
Thank you very much. I heard it's quite good to us. That's Edward Zuma there saying that we will be able to get an opportunity to indulge in some of that tea. But on a more serious note, it seems like there are a lot of supporters that are coming through. It seems like that will continue. As for those details, as you can see, they very limited at this stage. We're hoping that we'll also be able to engage with the NFP when they come out of that meeting, which they say had been planned with the former president.
Dasen, in all of this, I mean, it's been a hive of activity outside that homestead in Nkandla, certainly for the last 2 weeks. Any glimpse of the former president or movement that indicates his presence in the homestead, or, you know, I suppose really what he's up to when he's not receiving people either for tea or one of those meetings that have been taking place in the last 2 weeks or so?
Well, he's been keeping somewhat of a low profile, but certainly he's had a very, very busy schedule. I think all of it was sparked by that meeting with Julius Malema about 2 weeks ago, and just even now in this week as well, with all of the activity outside the home and also people coming to offer their support during this time. But other than that, there's been little word on what the former president's movements have been. As far as we know, he has been here and in this serene space of Nkandla.
All right, thank you for that. And who hasn't been there? I mean, the MK, MVA, and those who call themselves RET champions, people who stand by the former president Jacob Zuma. And you've had, what, the EFF went, led by Julius Malema and a delegation there. And yeah, I mean, it's really been busy. And the KwaZulu-Natal Provincial Executive Committee as well has been trying to engage with former President Jacob Zuma to say, you actually need to comply with the Zondo Commission and participate there and raise your reservations about the processes while you are in the process itself. And of course, I'm told that that didn't go so well. You will have seen my conversation with Sihle Zikalala yesterday, saying that that was not the only conversation they will have with former President Jacob Zuma. They believe a solution must be found to this impasse.